Google Chrome just dropped. It sucked.
What happened?
Oh no, no, no.
Oh, Google Chrome.
Yeah, it was on my phone. That's why.
Yeah. I don't know why they were saying they weren't allowing people to use StreamYard on their phones anymore. I don't understand why, but I guess you can do it, so it's crazy.
Yeah, it might be like an Apple thing, maybe, because I do have an Android. So
Possibly.
yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Spider? Spider, Spider. Um, yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. You see the title. We're going to be talking about basically why dating doesn't work anymore, slash why men have stopped dating. Obviously, there's a lot of general reasons, but at the same time, there's also a lot of gender exclusive reasons, um, especially in this day and age. Just gonna wait a little for 2 minutes, then I'll start talking. Okay, so just to get straight into it, um, number one, I'm gonna this is gonna be like a closed panel live. Um, so yeah, I guess my perspective, at least for the intro, I would say the reason as to why dating doesn't work anymore is the first reason would be because of bad culture slash degeneracy. And the bad culture and degeneracy has essentially led to the death of morality. Now, um, bad or immoral behavior has become very normalized in today's society. The issue with this is that this um, degenerate behavior is not conducive towards healthy relationships or stable family structures and dynamics. Now, the reason for the death of morality is, for a multitude of reasons. Um, I would say mainly it's, a lot of toxic, harmful messages and agendas, and also ways of thinking that are being pushed and fed to the youth and people in general by the media, the music, and any other influential platforms. A good example of this, as we all know, would be how a lot of modern music encourages women to embrace being a whore, a slut, a hoe, a gold digger. It basically encourages women to use men and see what they can get out of them, as opposed to having appreciation for your partner and forming a normal, healthy relationship with them. I think that the media has um, encouraged and essentially brainwashed people into focusing on short-term harmful pleasures that will negatively affect them in the future rather than focusing on genuine connections that are conducive towards the benefit of society. Society has been brainwashed to disregard their forethought and their prudence. And what I mean by this is like a lot of people, they're at this point, they're not even thinking about, okay, if we keep going at this rate, um, how what is going to happen in the future. If we keep going at the rate that we're going, is this going to be sustainable towards the benefit of society? And a couple of examples that I could bring up, which really pissed me off. One example is that one video that went viral. Literally a grown ass woman recording a bunch of little girls at a daycare or a kindergarten or a pre-K, and essentially what she was doing, she was recording little children twerking to the Hands on Your Knees song. And, you know, I'm just, you know, you're a grown ass woman doing this shit, and it just goes to show, like, this generation is just cooked as fuck. And there are so many videos that are basically expressing the fact that Gen Alpha is so fucking done for, it is not even funny. Not only that, but there was another video of a ballerina teacher that was, she was expressing the difficulties with dealing with a lot of these children today as well. She was saying how a lot of these little girls, what they're doing is, you know, they're twerking to, you know, to songs that, number one, you shouldn't even be listening to at your age. And she was just basically laying out all of the degenerate behavior that it comes as a result of, you know, all of the music and all of the agendas that are being pushed through the music, especially to young women and women in general. And it's just, and it's, you know, not only that, but she was also talking about how, you know, she would go to the parents and she would say, listen, your daughter, you know, is out here twerking to Megan Thee Stallion, and they're there. And when I'm trying to teach ballet about their, you know, their ballet classes, they're out here talking about how, oh, can you put on Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B? It's like, how the fuck? Why are you even asking for? Is that what your parents are letting you listen to at home? And when this ballet teacher would go and tell the parents, they'd act like there's nothing wrong with it. And it's just so fucking ridiculous. And what people don't understand is that, you know, the more famous and influential women like Ice Spice, Cardi B, or Megan Thee Stallion become, the rate of single motherhood goes up. The rate of broken households, it goes up, because women like this, celebrities, female celebrities and female rappers like this, they have been intentionally placed into these positions by the elite so that way they can contribute to the downfall of society, basically. I mean, it's really just common sense. It shows how brainwashed and easily manipulated a lot of people are. And, no offense, but especially a lot of women are just seem to have a what is it called? Like a hive mind mentality. A lot of women, they have a tendency to just love to follow everything that's trending. I was talking to a person in the Discord called Black Boy Banter, and he was talking about how twerking, just women just randomly twerking out of nowhere is becoming like a trend now. Like I don't understand. And I remember when I was driving downtown Brooklyn with my dad and my brother, and like these group of women just out of nowhere in the middle of the street, they just stopped and started twerking and doing a whole bunch of ratchet shit. And it's like, bro, this is the problem with this fucking culture. When you think family, being a whole thought slut, a gold digger, none of that is conducive towards family. None of that is conducive towards healthy relationships. And that's the problem. This is why shit is just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. It's also a part of the reason why, this is not the era for people to be having children in as well. People be like, oh, well, why are you not going to have children? Man, shut your bitch ass up, man. You want to know why I'm not going to have children in this era? Use your brain. Take one good look around. It's literally like everything is in a state of degeneration. If I were to have children, especially daughters, what the hell you want them to do? Run around talking about my coochie pink, my booty hole brown, I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. That's what you want them to do? This era literally has nothing to offer your children. This era has absolutely nothing to offer them. So to be honest with you, I just don't, this shit is just going to get worse and worse. This culture is so disgusting. It's so degenerate. It's so bad to the point where eventually it's going to collapse, because this isn't sustainable towards, it's not sustainable towards the healthiness of society. And that's just the truth. But, that's it for my intro on that. But, I guess we're going to circle. So Lightning God, you could talk about, basically the degeneracy and shit. Yeah. You go ahead.
Yeah, most definitely. What you just said, you're absolutely right, because the generation of women not being sexist here, but I'm gonna be a little sexist here. No disrespect. They just don't think. It's just like it's like Animosity said. It's all about twerking, getting the money, using the person, using the guy that's very cool with them, love them for who they are, but they use the guy for the money, for his house, for everything, so they don't have to lift a finger on their own money. They can use their own money for stupid shit, like get drunk with their friends and cheat on their boyfriend or husband when the husband's working hard and or doing this and that for making sure their kids are all right. And it's not. It's just ridiculous. Like Animosity, once again, what Animosity said, little kids are twerking to a song. I mean, this is ridiculous. Why is a little girl twerking to a song? As a parent, I would have just been pissed. Because here's the thing, the kids are learning because the parents are allowing them to listen to stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
it
I don't
starts in
think
the household.
it starts at the household. It's not the father. The father would never allow this shit. So it's the mother who's allowing this to happen. If the father is allowing this, he's not in the child's life. He got the milk. That's what happened. He got the milk.
A lot of these, and I don't mean to interrupt, but a lot of these little girls that are
That's
twerking to all of this shit, it's literally they're 9 times out of 10 they're coming from a single parent household. 9 times out of 10, if they're twerking to some music at freaking 9 years old, shaking their ass to Cardi B or Ice Spice, it is definitely a single parent household. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes the father is a fucking dickhead too, because that's the result of weak ass men within society. But go ahead.
No, you're right. Like I said, either the father's a lazy bum, or he got out and just ran out the house and left the kid alone. That's what I'm saying. This generation has become. Also, you forgot about Sexy Red retarded ass. Remember that. People look up to her as a hero too, because she goes to school to represent. And I'm just like, she's a terrible person to come to the school. Like Animosity said, my pussy pink, my blue. She's the person you should go to school. She should come to school to talk or sing. I wanted to smack the school principal for doing this. It's ridiculous. Why do that? Why have a female rapper who spit nothing but poison in the females' minds saying all this as a good song? Because I was at a party, it was like a year, I think a year ago, last year, or whatever year with that. I was there, and now all I'm hearing is a DJ play the song, and all the teen girls like, my pussy pink, my pussy. I'm like, why? Why you guys hype about this song that's not good? It's for low-minded, dumbass ghetto females. This is for the ghetto female that act ratchet, especially in front of their kids. They be twerking in front of their kids, and their kids just be looking at them like, what's mommy doing? Like, it's stupid. And this is also another question. This is also what I wrote down. Every time you hear this question, this is a question that people always ask. Would you rather have a thought daughter or a gay son? And I bet you 10 out of 10 guys would choose a gay son over a thought daughter. Yes, yes, gay son could be a thought because they do stuff, but at least he won't get pregnant, and I have to be responsible for that kid. I'd be like, I have to watch you and your kid while you do absolutely nothing. Oh, you gotta go to school. I have to watch your kid when you go to school. That's cool. No, I'm supposed to be watching you only and not your kid yet. I'm supposed to, that's the thing. This is a generation where people don't realize. Females don't care anymore. They get pregnant and they rely on their mother or father to take care of them while they either go out to party, they go out to get their education, or something. So they just leave the responsibility of their kids to their own parents, which is the most dumbest thing. Why are you putting all the kids, your kids, to your parent. That doesn't make sense. Like, you're just forcing them now. It's like the parents not gonna mind because, oh, that's your grandkids. I wouldn't mind, but I would be pissed because I'm like, you're doing all this. You get no freedom. You lost that freedom. And one more thing I have to say is like that freedom. Like it's like girls want to be crying on the internet saying, I got no freedom. I can't go out. I can't do this. I can't do that because my kid's on me. No shit, Sherlock. You open your leg and that you suffer Pandora box, the ultimate punishment. You lost freedom because you decided to have kids. I'm not saying the kid's fault is because it's not the kid's fault. It's you and the dumb jackass that got you pregnant. You can't be crying and go on social media and acting like you're the victim. You chose this life. You chose to get pregnant by a guy that's not even in your life. You chose to spread your leg open for any guy to just go deep inside and plant a kid in there. And he knew, if you knew he wasn't the right guy, you don't let someone get inside you. Unless he's married to you or something like that, I understand. But a random guy that you don't even let him wear a condom, or you don't even have a plan B, let him bleep inside you, that is your own fault, and you have to suffer your own consequences. Because females nowadays don't think anymore. Same with guys, but females nowadays don't think anymore about their future or careers. Some, not all, some don't think about their future or career because it's all about, I want to have sex, I want to twerk, I want to do some crazy shit, I want to live my life. You're not living your life. You're living your life on the edge of stupidity. And then when the consequences finally catch up to you, you start to realize, how did I get here? Because of your dumbass. That's how you got here. But, I've been rambling long enough. Shadeo, you want to say something? Or
honestly, I think.
Hold on, one second, Shadeo. All right.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to say with Tyrese, LOL, you sound like a virgin. Listen, shut the fuck up, nigga. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have time for any simps in the chat. I don't got time for any bitch ass motherfuckers talking about you. Oh, you sound like a virgin. First of all, you're a simp, bro. you're talking about this virgin, that, bro. You do realize you're basically proving that you believe that your manhood and your value comes from women. Nobody here believes that shit, bro. You a bitch. Matter of fact, get the fuck up out of the chat. I'm not playing.
Yeah, bitches.
Exactly.
Cooked.
I'm tired of it's like any dude virgin shaming talking about some, you don't get no bitch, bro. You're a bitch yourself. Why does your value come from women? You are a simp. Fuck up off the chat and fuck up off my channel, bitch ass nigga.
Wait. Gold Lake, what do you call it? Sexy red foot, like the simp you are, you pathetic waste of space.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Fuck out.
It has nothing to do with the goddamn title. Anyways, go ahead, Shadeo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I was meaning to say, yeah. No, I do. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I think that's where I wanted to go with this. Actually, I think something that's actually funny that Lightning God mentioned and stuff is just that how if a woman does end up letting a guy sleep with her and stuff, and more than not and stuff, it's going to be based off of how this guy appears, and especially if it's without a condom and it's just like a spontaneous thing and stuff, which is unfortunately how many people are born in this reality. Yeah, I think the thing that I find is funny about the women that do that and stuff is that even after they fuck up that bad and stuff, they still have societal support. They still have family support, like genuinely and stuff. Like, if and when a woman fucks up on this type of level, especially when it comes down to having children and things like this, their family will be, on average, usually more open to helping them take care of these children and stuff like that. If this was on the side of a man, for example, and stuff, this is not the case. A good example of this actually would be the fact that there isn't really any single single fathers shelters and stuff like that for homeless, fathers trying to take care of their children and stuff, because they might be going through clearly a unfortunate state in their life and stuff. But of course, there's many supports and shelters for single homeless mothers and stuff that they can go to. I think in just about almost many different nations and stuff, but specifically Western nations and stuff, these type of resources are available there for women. So even down to that and stuff, they don't really necessarily have to be wholly and completely accountable and stuff. They still get to kind of slither away with a bit of lack of accountability and stuff because of all the support that they do have, just based off of the type of being that they are here and now. But I think also more on that, I think one of the larger reasons why, as well, to go along with the title of the discussion, I think another reason why dating has become less of a thing, especially for men, that they're actively going for, is, for one, clearly inflation and stuff making it harder to provide enough resources to even be appealing to the opposite sex. But on top of that, expectations and what people, or not what people, but what women expect of men to have and be like, and all that stuff. Like, if you are falling short in any of these categories and stuff, you're just leaving a hole open for you to get hurt inevitably or eventually. So if you are, if we're just being honest and stuff, if you are not so genetically gifted in the looks department, height wise or something else and stuff, and even if you are good looking but you're just short and stuff like that, this is what I mean and stuff, because you have that one hole in your game, if you will, and stuff, and it's not even necessarily something that you chose. There could come a point in time and stuff where your woman just decides that she wants to get with someone who's maybe taller or more attractive than you, just based off of that fact. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad man or you didn't do anything good enough. It's just that these women are technically creatures of, for one, habit, and two, especially creatures of beauty and stuff, not just in their own appearance, but that's also what they seek after, but especially, most certainly, resources and stuff. Most women's existences are dependent upon the male's existence. If without the male's existence and stuff, the woman's existence cannot thrive. And not most, but some of them are very aware of that, and I feel like some of the women that are aware of that are either really good and or on average. Unfortunately, I do think majority of them are, unfortunately, not so good and stuff, but they are aware of that aspect of this whole game between the two sexes. And at the end of the day, it's an ugly game. It really is and stuff. People acting like they love one another and all this other stuff, when it's it's not the truth. At the end of the day, they just like how you look, maybe the type of status you have, or how much money you have, who you're friends with, like things like this. Just a lot of like superficial things, and it's never about who exactly the individual is that they're dealing with. And I think that's why a lot of people end up essentially getting married to someone that they didn't know, like someone who's essentially a stranger. They never truly got to know them. All they really truly knew about their spouse was that, oh yeah, they make a lot of money and they're successful, and I don't know, they have this weird little quirk about them. But outside of that and stuff, character wise, there's nothing that they truly understand about their spouse. And it could also be said that the main reason why this could come about, this issue comes about, especially within marriages, is because simply the two being involved in a marriage to begin with and stuff don't even truly know themselves to begin with, but they're getting together, breeding, and bringing people in to their mess and stuff like that. And on average and stuff like that, it's not like they're breeding intentionally. They're just doing it for the sensation. They don't really, they're not doing it with the thought process that, oh yeah, I want to bring a child here and stuff, and oh, I hope this is going to be my son or this is going to be my daughter. It's like, that's not what they're thinking about in the moment at all. It's just that after the fact, once reality hits and they're like, oh fuck yeah, I might be pregnant, and then now they start planning about, oh yeah, all right, so I guess this is how this is gonna have to go, and oh maybe we're gonna keep it, maybe we won't, type of, you know what I mean? It turns into all that, but at the end of the day, of course, being a man, especially trying to, be in the dating scene in this day and age and stuff, is just ultimately a nightmare. Just women's intelligence has thoroughly gone down and stuff. Just about all of them, as I've mentioned, are extremely superficial, and that's frankly all they care about. They really don't care about any other aspect of you and stuff. And even if you do come across a woman like that and stuff, you still have to be on guard because she could still be playing you and stuff. Unfortunately, this is just the nature of the place we are. And yeah, it's just how the dating scene is, and it could be argued that it's always kind of been that way. But I think there has been a thorough deliberate action to corrupt this whole dynamic between male and female and stuff, and I think we're seeing it more today. But yeah, that's the end of my my yap session. I'll let Femi Urge Destroyer continue.
Thank you very much. I mean, the stream has already started excellently. I just want to say this is that I think that we are living in a matriarchal, gynocentric hell, in which obviously women are given all the rights and all the power, while men are the enslaved class. I mean, all the systems such as patriarchy. I mean, even patriarchy was basically a female worship, in the sense that it is men who go to war, it is men who go to field to work, while the women are staying home, raising children, and basically the medieval knights are killing each other in tournaments to get a kiss from a supposed virgin princess. I mean, she is not a virgin; she is a whore. But let's get on. However, today the problem has been much greater than previously in history, all the way to the fall of the Roman Empire. And I think that the entire world, but especially the West, is in the phase of a complete breakdown, in a similar sense as the Roman Empire, especially the West. I mean, you have illegal migrants breaking in, you have all this immorality, all this cheating, all this gynocracy and matriarchy going on, and that society is doomed for failure. I would also say that if man wants to protect himself from getting cheated on, from paying alimony, from getting his children taken away from him, from getting basically used and abused by women economically, financially, mentally, and in every other way, it is basically a MGTOW celibate monk warrior lifestyle. That's basically a semen retention, celibacy, fasting, and all other spiritual techniques which will help him to resist the urges, because many men, and among them original MGTOWs, and I will just quote Element, who there is a video on Element's channel called "Women Are Demons," and I 100% agree. And it is very good that this is a closed panel discussion, because once white knights and women started entering into chat, they are hurt by the truth, and they cannot handle the truth. I mean, we already have that retard in the comments, which has clearly showed what kind of retardation white knights and simps are operating on. Also, Animosity's reaction was also excellent. that was a great reaction. Lightning God also said something. I couldn't quite catch on because it was very passionate and very fast. But I think that it was also very good if it was aimed at that simp. Also, what I wanted furthermore to say is that there are also great number of false MGTOWs, such as Hammerhand, which are leading men astray. This MGTOW manifesto, they're asking for the rebuildment of patriarchy. Patriarchy is just another system of male enslavement, just like traditionalism. And I would say that vast majority of men is still blue pilled. Vast majority of men stopped dating because they have found other outlets where to satisfy their blue pilled nature. Unfortunately, such as the OnlyFans, or such as these dolls, or pornography, which is also a Chosenite invention. I mean, many men have stopped dating simply because they have found other blue-pilled outlets, but that still means they are blue-pilled. In order to become black-pilled and celibate, you have to clean your mind and clear your body. Also, a vast majority of these MGTOWs are actually fake MGTOWs, and they're actually MESTOWs. They're actually men sent their own way. They are still simps, but since they can't get any, they are now pretending to be MGTOWs. Problem is that men have to realize, and vast majority of them can't realize that, is that women are demonic and they are inherently evil. I mean, we have all these cases of men killing each other in all racial communities, but I have noted, especially, here are a lot of news from all over the world, and I have also especially seen in black community. That all these black men are killing each other for some true whore. He finds her with with his best friend, and he says, "Oh, what's this nigga? What's this nigga?" And then it starts shooting. It's true. And then the shooting starts, and then they kill each other, and for what? And she later gets ran through by a third black man. Or by any sort of other race. And this female hypergamy is all over the world. They are cheating. They are whores. They're just horrible, demonic, disgusting people. They're into all sort of black magic. They're into all sort of perverted stuff. And it is best to stay away from them and be on celibacy and semen retention. Not only are you guarding yourself from the sexually transmitted diseases and from demon possession, she may also be lying to you, and you can face the rage of a husband with whom she cheated you. Whom she cheated, and then he knocks up on your doors and kills you, and you get killed because of her lies, because she hasn't told you that she is married, we have to be, all men have to be brothers and stand side by side, a brotherly code, and not this man divide and conquer strategy over women is pathetic. Men have to unite, and they have to stay celibate. They have to be on semen retention. They have to get on right diet, they have to fast and they have to perform all. I mean, they have to build themselves spiritually and mentally, and that's it. And it must please take over.
Yeah. Well, with the simp in the chat at the beginning, the reason why I reacted like that is realistically because you got a lot of these guys. It is so crazy how a lot of guys that don't think that they're simps, they are simps. Especially you got some guys in the red pill community or this or that community in the manosphere, and they think that they've escaped this simp mindset, but they're still talking about, oh, that's why you get no bitches, or oh, that's why you're a virgin. It's like, listen, man, if you're still shaming dudes for being a virgin, if you're still talking about all this, oh, you don't get woman or whatnot, you're a simp, bro, because it shows that you're, like I said before, you are basing your value and your manhood based off of how many women you can get. And another thing that I have a problem with is that vast majority of the time, these dudes that want to always act, they want to always talk about, oh, you don't get no bitches. Vast majority of the time, they're dry as hell themselves. 9 times out of 10, you hear these dudes bragging about, oh yeah, I stay getting baddies and I stay getting this and that. Usually that nigga dry as hell. He gets no pussy. Like it's guaranteed. Dudes that be bragging about how much women they get, they usually don't get shit, and that's just a fact. Like, it's at least in my experience, all these dudes have been caught in lies. But yeah, to move on, I wanted to yeah, exactly. J Mo says, "Show me the show me the bitches." Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these dudes can never show receipts either. They always want to talk about, yeah, stay getting bad. Okay, show me the receipts. I ain't got no. Let's shut the hell up then. You like, what are you talking about, bro?
No, they probably do like, listen, a woman do love me. You mean you give her money, then she kiss you on the cheek and said, you're a loser. But hey, I still fuck with you though, right? That's basically it.
Yeah. So yeah, we talked about the degeneracy and how the death of morality. Another thing that I want to talk about was basically a lack. And this is a very, very big reason as to why a lot of men have stopped dating and why dating isn't working anymore. It's because of a lack of equilibrium / unrealistic expectations. Now, essentially what I mean by this is that a lot of average to below average women think that they are better than the average to below average man. And
True.
What this does is it creates a lack of equilibrium within dating. What you'll have is you'll have a bunch of women all trying to ask and go for this top tier dude, but most of them do not match the standard of what they're asking for. And that's what pisses a lot of dudes off. They'll be like, okay, so you're asking for this dude that's he got to be 6'4" with a 6-pack and handsome and making this amount of money. And it's like, okay, so you all want this guy. And when you look at these women asking for all of this shit, you would at least expect that all of them would be 8, 9, 10 out of 10s. But you look at these women asking for all these high-ass, high-tier dudes, these rare Pokemon type dudes, and they're average. They're average to below average women. Sometimes they're overweight, they're 300 pounds. And it's like, bro, this isn't gonna work. You can't have the vast majority of women all thinking that they're supposed to be with Tyson Beckford or a young prime Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp or some shit or Henry Cavill. That's not going to fucking work. First of all, you don't match the standard of what you're asking for. That's first of all. Second, there aren't enough of these guys in existence for all of you to have one. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it's really throwing off the balance of dating. This is why a lot of dudes are just they're saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm not dating anymore, because it's like, okay, all the average women for some reason think that they're better than the average man. But I shouldn't say for some reason, because the two reasons as to why there's a lack of equilibrium and average women think they're better than average men is because, number one, like we discussed before, it's caused by men being simps, because a lot of men have literally no self-respect, and they like to put women on a pedestal. And when you have so many average men hyping up the average woman, it's going to blow up their head, and now they're just going to think that you're beneath them. So simps, like the bitch ass motherfucker that was in the comments just now, they are the problem. Any simps are a very, very big part of the problem, because they're basically making women think that in their heads they're gods amongst humanity or some shit like that, or at least the average woman. Another reason is because, you know, the media has essentially brainwashed women. You know, they've basically reinforced that thought that, you know, the average woman is basically better than the average man. And not only that, but the media has basically tried to make the average dude seem like they're just nothing. Like they're just completely nothing. If you're not a top tier dude, then you just ain't shit.
True.
Yeah, and I would say I'm just gonna go into the other reason. This reason is more so like a general reason. I would say it's because of inflation, right? So, hold on one second. Yeah, so inflation is definitely another reason, and that's because hyperinflation is like severely stunting the growth and development of a lot of young, especially a lot of like younger people that are in their 20s, like our age, like late 20s, early 20s, mid 20s. Inflation is not a gender exclusive issue. You know, damn near everybody is struggling out here. You know, there are men and women out here that literally cannot afford to pay their bills, basic necessities. The only thing is that women might have the advantage of being taken care of by simps, and also leveraging things such as OnlyFans, you know, selling pictures of their feet and shit, you know, shit like that. Because of how high prices are, a lot of people don't really have the time to worry about dating, you know. You know, most people are really just focused on if they're going to be able to put food on the table, or, you know, pay for their own bills, you know. Inflation is definitely stunting a lot of people's growth. You know, I think everybody nowadays is just, a lot of people are just exhausted. They're extremely overworked. They're underpaid as fuck. And whether you're a man or a woman, it's just like, you just go to work, you get overworked, you're getting underpaid. And at that point, it's just like, you just want to go home and go to sleep. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to date. You don't want to go out. That in order for dating to be stabilized, you know, they're talking about, oh, people aren't having families anymore, and, you know, the birth rate and whatnot. Well, in order for that stuff to increase, you have to create circumstances or an environment to where you know, people can actually have families. You know, if we're living in an age where the average house is going for damn near $500,000, and you got people out here paying $2,000 a month to sleep next to their toilet in a roach-infested one-bedroom apartment, why the fuck would most people even be concerned about dating? Everything's too goddamn expensive. Everybody's just trying to live. But that's the general aspect of it. I would say that the gender exclusive aspect, once it comes to women, you know, with all this being said, I think a lot of women like to act as if all of the economic troubles the world is going through only pertains to men. You know, not only this, but a lot of women act oblivious to the hyperinflation state of the world to any capacity at all, and straight up act as if it's not even a thing. The reason as to how I know this is because you got so many women on TikTok, Instagram, or any other media platforms, talking about, you know, I ain't going 50-50 with no man, and if he can't afford to pay his bills plus all of my bills, then we ain't gonna work. It's like not only do these women demand you pay their bills and you know and pay their bills and yours along with you know your car or whatever else you need to pay off for yourself. They also want you to add on, you know, extra expenses like hair, nails, feet, you know, etc. You know, fuck the gender. You you need to ask yourself this, right? What average everyday working person in this economy can afford to pay for their bills plus somebody else's bills and on top of that added expenses? A lot of these women's like their thought process and their mindset is not it's not based in reality. It doesn't fit the current circumstances that the world is currently in, right? It's like you you know what person can afford to pay for the expenses of literally two households? You know, you got women talk like I say, you got women talking about, oh, got to pay his bills, my bills, my hair, my nails, my car note. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? This is not the 1900s anymore, where you could buy a house for a pack of gum, a Pokemon card, and a Ziploc bag full of bird dookie. This is 2024, the year where the price of the average house is going for damn near $500,000. Ain't no average person out here gonna be able to pay for your bills and theirs. It's like, bro, and this is the shit that gets me. They can't fucking do it. Like they want to be like, oh, you're just mad because you're broke. It's like, bro, okay, let me ask you a question. Can you yourself pay for the expenses of two households plus added expenses? Oh no, I can't. But why does that shut the hell up? So that means by your definition, you a broke nigga. You broke too. Broke people making fun of other broke people. It's like, bro, everybody out here is struggling. So when you got women out here talking about some, oh, yes, to pay for absolutely everything, and it's like, bro, that's not realistic in today's society. They have this environment, the West. Exactly. Couple of Bears 31 says the West sucks. That's just how it is. The way in which the economy is right now, it's not conducive towards one person just paying for absolutely everything. You have to help each other out, bro. This is not 1900s, bro. This is 2024. You got to get with the fucking program. And the last thing I wanted to say that relates to this is that a lot of women like to cover up for call men broke and make fun of men for not being able to pay for absolutely everything. They like to do that to cover up for the fact that a lot of them are just financially irresponsible. Like, you really got to think about it for a second. A lot of women, you know, for hair, nails, and getting their feet done, a lot of this stuff is costing hundreds of dollars a week. And they'll go and spend hundreds of dollars that they don't have, that they can't afford to be spending every single week. Like, common sense would tell you, okay, if this thing that I'm doing is taking up hundreds of dollars a week and it's not really a basic necessity, it's just about style and oh, I gotta look good. Don't you think that should be something that you're only doing every once in a while, like for special events or a special occasion? Why the hell are you going to get your hair, nails, and feet done every single fucking week? Nigga, if you were to get with a dude, you would not be a benefit to him. You would be a liability because you're financially irresponsible. You have no financial literacy. You don't know how to manage your money. And this is the problem that I'm talking about, man. How you going out here spending hundreds of dollars a week to get your hair done, your nails, and all that? It's like, bro, you're a liability to a man's wallet. And you want to know something else? This is what I'm going to finish with. A lot of women like to act as if, oh yeah, if he doesn't pay for, if he doesn't pay for everything, that we ain't gonna work, and yeah, he has to be able to pay for this and that. Listen, these women say this shit as if you pay for everything, they're still not gonna cheat on you. Do you have any idea how many dudes out here have their own house, their own car, their own everything, and they're making good money, but yet they still walk into their house to see their wife getting fucked in the ass by some other dude? Let me tell you guys something. Having money is not going to save you. That shit is not going to do nothing for you. If your woman wants to be disloyal towards you, she's going to do it. Don't matter if you have money, don't matter what your situation is. The problem is that a lot of these women, they lack ethical and moral principles. A lot of dudes out here think that having money is going to save the, oh, y'all just broke. I got the money. And then you fucking get a woman and you think money's going to save you, and then they end up cheating on you anyways. Like, this is the problem, man. Money is not going to save you, bro. That's not the answer to dating. But for some reason, a lot of these dudes fall for this shit. They think, oh, as long as I'm paying for everything, as long as I'm paying all the bills, she ain't gonna cheat. Next thing you know, you walk into your house, your wife's getting fucked by some other dude. It's like, bro, I've seen countless videos of men recording themselves. They're walking out on the yard, stomping like a little kid having a tantrum, and they're talking about something. I can't believe she did this to me, man. I mean, how could she? I paid all the bills. I made sure that she never had to work. I did this. I did that. Man, bro, the reason why she cheated on you is because you're a simp. It's that simple. You really thought that paying all the bills was going to buy you loyalty? What the fuck is wrong with you? This is 2024, bro. Like, they really think that paying all the bills and falling into that trap is going to save you from getting cheated on. Nigga, everybody gets cheated on. It doesn't matter if you pay all the bills or not, bro. Stop falling for that shit. All these women like, oh, we ain't gonna work because he can't pay all the bills. It's like, oh, I'm not going 50-50. Listen, it doesn't matter. Whether they go 50-50, whether they don't go 50-50, whether you're paying all the bills, they're still gonna fucking cheat. Period. If you're with a woman that lacks moral and ethical principles, they will cheat. Don't matter how much fucking money you have, bro. But yeah, man, that's just my thoughts. Yeah, you could go ahead, Lightning go, and Shidale, then Femiurge.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. No Diddy. I agree. No, it's like you said before. Yeah, your guys need to start realizing that buying things for females or doing certain things for females doesn't mean they're yours or you get to keep them. If you're not a billionaire having so much money, where here's the funny thing, I'm gonna get to that part. I'm gonna get to the part right now. If you're rich, you know the female's gonna be on the guy, right? But the guy is gonna clap another girl cheek on the side. And I think you've seen this meme before where honestly, I think you've seen this meme before where a girl walks in a room and pretends to be and see her boyfriend, her rich boyfriend, having cheating on her, but she pretends she don't see it because she don't want to lose the money that he have. Girls will literally let a rich guy cheat on them, but as long as they don't fall in love with that person, and they can just keep the money and spend their stuff, they will literally pretend to be blind and be like a good little dog and sit in the corner and wait till they get their money thrown in their hands. That is what girls nowadays are. Because I think that was like a not a trend thing, but females used to do that. Or they walk in, they cover their eyes or pretend to be blind when their rich boyfriends is cheating on them. That means you have no self-respect for yourself. That means you're literally treating yourself like you're a bottom feeder. The same guy how you treat the guy saying, "Look, you had no much money. You had no money." You're basically in the same situation. You're nothing to him. You're basically his. I'm gonna pound you for a moment, but that's pretty much it. That's all you're meant to be. But if I want to pound another girl that is better than you and more weather than you, it's raps. And that's pretty much what's it. Female nowadays say, I want a guy that's rich, that can take care of me, and this and that. Here's the thing. If you got a rich guy, that rich guy ain't gonna take care of you. He's gonna take care of you for because you're his pet. That's all he considers you as a pet that can walk, talk, and fuck. Nothing else. He don't love you. He don't adore you. You're nothing but his cum rag. At the end of the day, you're nothing but his cum rag. His next girl, if he really want to get rid of you, he can later go to another girl and clap her cheeks, and the cycle is going to continue and continue and continue. And there's no one's going to make a stand for that, because guess what? Females are gold diggers. Some of the females are gold digger and have no self-respect for themselves. So the same female, like Amasi said, how the same females want to be saying, I want a guy to have 6 figures. I want him to be tall. I want him to do this and that. You can't be complaining when you could treat. You can't be complaining now, because now you consider yourself as a inferior ant. You consider yourself as nothing, because if a higher guy gets you, mind you, he's getting you because you're just nothing but another, like, once again, you're a trophy, a dog for him. You didn't get him because you were sexy. He got you because you were a dog. And he said, you know what? I just want another pet. That's the only reason you got him. So don't be acting all brass or almighty when he dumps you, and then you be like, I pulled the richest guy in the world. No. You didn't. He chose you because he wanted to clap your cheek and use you. He's don't, and guess what? And then some females will say, like, oh, at least he gave me money. He's giving you money because guess what? He's bored. That's another thing females don't get. Rich guys are bored. They would throw money in the dumpster and set it on fire just for fun. I don't get that. I don't get females getting cocky when guys are just throwing money at you just for fun and games. They don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your mama dying. They will literally spit on your mama's face, and you will sit down and be like, yes, do it again, sir. That's what you are. You're nothing but a slave to him.
Yeah. Another thing is that a lot of these rich dudes, they be cheating on a regular.
Yep,
they be cheating on a regular basis, man.
They do.
And because a lot of these gold diggers, they don't think that the dude knows why she's there. Like, you don't think that a lot of these guys are aware of the fact that before they were making a whole bunch of money, they were getting no bitches. And now that they have money, now women are magically attracted to them. Bro, they know.
Right.
That's why they're cheating on your ass. And I don't feel bad for you. Now, personally, I think that they should stay single, because I don't know why the hell you're getting on with somebody just to cheat on them. But I understand why they do it, because they know and understand that the relationship is fake. It's not based in anything genuine.
But they
so
don't
of
care.
course they're just going to cheat.
Yeah,
of course they don't, because it's like. But, go ahead.
No. All I'm going to say is females and guys, just be single. It's just like, because when they get in a relationship, they be like, yeah, man, I'm happy to be in a relationship. But if the guy or the female is not satisfying each other, they say, you know what? I'm going to find a guy that can fuck me. That guy, that could be a good dude, but he's not pleasing me enough. So I'm going to cheat on him. It's like, what? Then be single then and get dicked down by someone else. Don't waste my time and happiness. That's the thing what people are not understanding. Like, just be single. If you want to have sex on a daily basis and the guy's not fucking you good, okay, but he's a good dude that treats you right, but you want to have sex, then be single. No, I want a boyfriend. But then why you cheat on him? Because he wasn't fucking me good. Then just be single. But that's that. And once again, they're gonna keep saying, I want a relationship. And people are gonna keep repeating the same thing. Don't waste people's time then. Don't waste my time. Don't waste no one's energy. Just be single. Just be a thought. Open your legs like you always do. And that's it. You don't want a guy to support you and make sure you have a good career and this and that. You want to be a funky, dirty, disgusting whore like you are. Yeah, my apologies. Not sexist again. But animosity. Before I cut you off, you were saying something.
No, I was just saying that I agree. Are you?
Yeah, but
Guess
I'm done.
Sade,
I'm done. I was gonna give it to Sade, but I forgot you was gonna say something, so that's why.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, before Shadale goes, I guess what I was gonna say was that um, another thing about these rich dudes is that a lot of the times they're not gonna have any time for you. A lot of women want to complain that when they get with a dude that makes a lot of money or something like that, oh, he wasn't paying enough attention to me. That's why I cheated. It's like, well, bro, how do you do realize that oftentimes once it comes to these jobs that pay a whole bunch of money, you're gonna be a slave to your job, bro. Like this, usually that's how it works, man. A lot of these dudes that are on like the top that making a whole bunch of money, they're a slave to their fucking job. Their work-life balance is garbage. What do you think they're doing? They're providing for you. If even a woman herself got on TikTok and she said, "Oh yeah, all the women want a rich guy," until they realize that dude is never home. He never has time for you. He's probably going to cheat on you. And it's true. It's like, unless you can handle all that shit, you should probably rethink, just simply going after a dude. Oh, because he has money. But yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, no, I of course you guys have made some really, important points here, but I think the one thing that many men sleep on, and they have a very vast lack of awareness on, is just the inherent and objective deceitful behavior women engage in just on the surface level, and we're not even talking about like the real bad stuff, like when you are emotionally involved with them and so on and so forth, right? But just based off of the fact of like, oh, they feel like they have to present themselves in a certain way, almost as like an idol and stuff. They'll paint their face up and all this other stuff, wear a shiny outfit and or even dress or something like this and stuff to get your attention, to almost mesmerize, hypnotize you basically through what they're displaying to you. And for many men, it is enough and stuff. If you just look good and stuff, that's all they'll be wrapped up in. They you could have a shitty character as a woman, and you can still get by in life as long as if you look fucking good and stuff like that, and you're also willing to frankly suck some dick and stuff, especially if we're talking about people or men especially that make a lot of money and stuff like that. If you're willing to do that, yeah, you can get by in life, especially if you're a good looking woman. Absolutely. And it's because the fact that just based off of their appearance alone and stuff, that is enough for men. But the unfortunate thing is that there's consequences for that, and I think that's why for a lot of the men who are like on some simpantry, if you will, yeah, like when they get cheated on and so on and so forth, like it's something where likely they didn't even understand the character of the woman that they were dealing with. They didn't analyze any bit of it at all and stuff. They just thought, oh, well, she's really beautiful, and I don't know, she stays with me, and every now and then she lets me hit, so that's good enough for me, and she also calls me her boyfriend and stuff, so that's good enough for me and stuff. Until, as Animosity mentioned, you come home and she's fucking the male guy or something like this. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, all of a sudden now you're like, wait, I didn't expect you to do something like that. And it's like, well, if you understood who the fuck you were dealing with off rip and stuff, you wouldn't be in that situation to begin with. But everyone lacks massive discernment and stuff. And everyone also is almost intentionally or everyone seemingly has a intentional lack of discernment of the clear deceit that is being displayed in front of them when they deal with people by and large, but especially women, as I've said, just down to cultural aspects about them and stuff. And like, as I mentioned and stuff, how they will appear to you when you go on a date with them, the fact that they will wear all the shiny stuff and try to look nice for you and stuff, the makeup and all that stuff. It's because you're essentially a potential business opportunity and stuff on average and stuff. This is what it is and stuff. So of course, yeah, they're gonna show up you know with the product looking as good as possible and stuff, because that's essentially what they're trying to sell you on. If they can sell you on that and you buy into the bullshit, now they can start to play their little game once they get in your head, and furthermore get into your wallet, get into your resources. Now they can play the game and stuff. But at first they must display themselves in an idle fashion to deceive you. And in that way and stuff, I do think that and this is no offense to him and stuff, because I got mad love for Femi Destroyer and stuff. And I'll just put this perspective out here now, just so even people who are in the chat can understand my perspective on this. Frankly, in this reality, I do agree that I do think a lot of this shit is matriarchal and gynocentric, even just on a development level or a design level, if you will, of this whole reality and stuff. I do think, yes, women clearly have favor here, and it's for a purpose. It's a reflection of something larger outside of our perception here and now. So I do understand that. But the main thing I was going to say that I slightly disagree on, it's not that there's a there's a massive disagreement here where it's like I'm like angry about his opposite perspective or whatever, but it's just the concept to me that and maybe this is me just holding out hope and stuff. I could be fucking coping, to be fair. Hence the word hope, I guess, right? But the way I perceive it though is that I think that both male and female and stuff, they both have very high capabilities of being straight up like, demonic like here, very clearly so. I do think women, of course, do have a bit more favor in that regard, because when you are put into the female vessel, if you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, when you're put into that and stuff, you're essentially mentally directly linked in with the creator of this whole thing, right? So that's why I'm pretty sure there's been studies done on this where men are definitely more posed to consider the authority and that they may be under in any given situation and stuff. Men tend to have the capability to question these things and consider these things and wonder on how these things can be improved. Women, on the other hand, though, women on average and stuff, if an authoritative person basically gives them orders to do something or be a certain way or make sure your family does this, that, or the fourth, they're far more likely to obey on average than men. And as I've mentioned and stuff, I do think, again, that's a correlation and reflection with what may have created this place, and also women in general. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my whole perspective, I guess, just to make it more clear, is just that I just think, yeah, both male and female have great potential to be very evil and vile here and stuff, and even down when it comes to dating and being romantic and all that stuff. But it's also just the idea that women definitely do have far more traits that do link to something more negative, clearly in the how they appear and how they behave with men and stuff like that in this reality. But yeah, I'll let Femi Destroyer continue, or Animosity, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just before Femi, so yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, obviously, this whole thing falls on both men and women, because the all of this really just comes down to the fact that a lot of people are they're all conforming, they're all playing into the hand of the elite, and it's really doing a lot of damage to society. But the thing is that because obviously the population in general they're just conformists and they just follow orders blindly. But the thing about women, like I mentioned before, I don't know why, it's just for some strange reason, they just inherently are trend followers. Like, just
correct.
It makes them way easier to manipulate, makes them way easier to brainwash. They always tend to follow what is trending. Like, and it's a very detrimental aspect of how they are that it really fucks us up. And but yeah, man, Femi, you could go ahead, and then I'll
Thank you very much. Both Shadeo and Animosity made some excellent points. Especially Shadeo said that yes, absolutely. I would say even the name of my channel, Femir Destroyer, is basically inspired that this channel battles against the concept of Femiurge, which is a feminine version of Demiurge. And basically the Femiurge would be the evil ruler of this realm, which is matriarchal and gynocentric realm, and which is basically the ruler of this entire gynocratic monstrous system. It is a theory which I basically came up. I wouldn't say the first, but definitely before some other imposters and fake MGTOWs, which now brag around that they invented it, which is completely false. And this is another divide and conquer strategy by those fake MGTOWs. But anyway, I would say that this realm is ruled by an omnimalevolent female supernatural demonic entity. I mean, even in the beginning, Yahweh or Saturn was a volcano god, and that volcano god was in fact volcano goddess. I mean, we also see this gynocratic matriarchal system everywhere in the world, where the men are basically slaves to women, and not only biologically, and not only in human society, but also in nature. You have larger female spider killing and eating a male spider after mating. You have a praying mantis example. You have countless examples of females basically in nature raping men and then killing them and eating them. So this is definitely a gynocratic matriarchal hell. I would also the name Lucifer refers to planet Venus or Venera. Venus is a female planet. So basically, and also in ancient Babylonian tablets, Lucifer was a female entity. Then we also have a concept of a black goddess, which is a Kali in Indian literature, which is basically a genocidal entity, which only comes down after it encounters its counterpart, Shiva. By the way, which I would say in this topic is, I have seen some blatantly obvious video is about female nature. Is example, you have Anthony Joshua and Floyd Mayweather standing next to each other, and we know that Floyd is far richer and far more influential than even Anthony Joshua. But all these females, which they say, oh, he has to be six figures, he has to be this, he has to be that, they all focus themselves on Anthony Joshua and his physical aspects, where they're only nice with Floyd. So they primarily look into genetics and look, and if you pay for them, so you are basically a whoremonger. By the way, I consider I would also pull the topic about this rich people getting rich. I mean, all these people, how did they get rich? They got rich by selling themselves to this femiurgical evil matriarchal entity. Especially with the case of Floyd, who I consider that he's a piece of shit, a cultic piece of shit, and I would also say that all these women who wear makeup. I just saw the comment from Amir, and he made an excellent point that Pennywise is a female clown character. Absolutely,
Hmm.
uh, clowns are regarded as demons, and they all wear makeup. And what do women wear? Makeup. I mean, look in the Book of Enoch. Fallen angels taught women how to make and wear makeup. Fallen angels interbred human uh, with the human women. Canaanite women. By the way, by the way, all these women, they're also very deceptive, very lying.
Hmm.
They are luring you in with their supposed beautiful appearance, which is actually disgusting. While their nature is basically reptilian, they are materialistic. They are led by primal urges. They are solely focused on reproduction. So not only are they materialistic, they are solely bound into this world via reproduction, and they look for their victims uh, uh, through the two aspects: through their looks, that is basically their blood, and second, through their material and wealthy possessions. And we know that the devil owns the entire world, and that means that, and since the women are materialistic, they are basically into a devil's I mean, under the devil's complete control. And also, I have said that the Gnostics were controlled opposition. Part of the reason why I said that is because they're all gynocentric. As soon as someone is gynocentric, he is completely controlled. I cannot. I see this with Sims. They are completely controlled, and they are a donkeys on a white horse. They're completely completely retarded. They are willing to throw hands for some whore who doesn't
Yeah.
uh, uh, who doesn't regard them or consider them at all, and men are basically women's cannon fodder throughout the entire history. They fight in wars. They are basically working in the fields. They are earning all this money. They're basically protectors and providers of women. But who is
Yep.
protector and provider? Protector and provider is basically soldier and a slave. Soldier and a slave of who? Of women. And women are parasitical in nature.
Hmm.
All all the works which they do, they are done in order to to subjugate and to destroy the male. Even this system, it depends on females enslaving the males. By keeping their balls empty, which is destroying the semen retention practice, and their stomachs and their uh, and their stomach full, which is basically breaking a a fasting tradition, which is why I'm saying you have to be a semen retentionist, and you have to fast. Also, you have to have a right type of food so that you don't come under the control of demonic entities. Uh, as for as in the future, I think that the harems in the future. I think that the harems are the future, because I have seen all these women who are going to Dubai to these multi-billionaire sheikhs and all these Arabian kings and nobility. They are pissing on them. They are shitting on them. They uh, they are abusing them physically, verbally. These women are basically meat condoms and meat boxing bags for these sheikhs, but they love them due to their wealth. And also, I would also say that. I would also say that. I would also say that most men are pathetically weak. Most men are pathetically simpish, and also most men are willing to pay for this disgusting, dirty, used up organ between their legs, which is their defeat, which is their hell realm. And I will consider a vagina is actually, when you look at her inside, it has a head of a Baphomet, and it is actually a hell portal. It is actually a hell portal. It is an organic portal into this hell realm. Children are brought into the hell realm to a woman's vagina, which is a hell portal. Another thing which I want to say is that most of these women, uh, they were always trying to upgrade themselves by aiming at higher, at better looking men. They are ignoring men who are lower than them and equal than them. They are only looking for those who are far above them, and they are wishing to parasite on them. They are parasite class entities. I would say that they are monsters in human form, absolutely. And what I wanted to say is that men have to. This system is based on female supremacy, and battling against gynocracy is the battle against the system. Uh, uh, and that's it. What I wanted to say.
Yeah, so Patronist says that most men are weak, and then he says no disrespect, giving the 100% truth. I mean, there's no need to say no disrespect, because the fact of the matter is obviously that's true. It's not because I don't want you to think that it's just woman. It's obviously both sides to a lot of it, to a lot of extents. It's not just solely one person's fault or
Absolutely.
one side's fault, but I mean, yeah, a lot of dudes out here are weak as fuck. You got dudes out here paying for OnlyFans. When you could, and a lot of these OnlyFans subscriptions that a lot of these guys are paying for, I could literally just type the woman's name into Google and find a whole bunch of leaked photos. You're paying for shit that's literally leaked on the internet, and you got dudes out here paying for pictures of women's feet. You got simps out here that'll go to. Hold on one second. You got dudes out here that'll go to these events, and they'll pay money to take a picture with their favorite OnlyFans model. Man, they'll buy bath water. Some guys are literally buying fart jars. Like a OnlyFans model will literally fart in a fucking jar and sell it. This is the point that we have gotten to. It's fucking it's insane.
Oh
Like,
wait, you forgot about bathwater. Bathwater too.
I said bath water as well. We had the fart jars. I don't know what I don't know what the fuck is going on with that, but you got to be a whole new level of low to be buying fart jars, man. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The depravity, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy out here how weak a lot of dudes are, man. This shit is ridiculous. Another thing, I guess I'm just gonna. Another reason why dating isn't working out today, I would say social media and dating apps. Dating apps, especially. These dating apps have basically reinforced pricing the average dude out of the dating market. But not only that, it has also reinforced the fact that literally everything is just about looks. How tall you are you a pretty boy? Do you look like a young prime Brad Pitt or some shit? Dating apps have done so much goddamn damage to dating. It's not even funny. Dating apps have made it so easy for women to just access a whole bunch of dudes and they literally don't even have to be attractive. I literally saw a profile of an extremely overweight woman. There was just a whole bunch of just dudes in her DMs just being simps. Like, it's absolutely insane. But yeah, dating apps have really done a lot of damage. So as far as social media goes, social media is both kind of a blessing and a curse, because social media has made it very, very easy for agendas and negative influences to be spread at a very, very rapid rate. But not only that, I guess the way in which it is a blessing is that it also makes it so that people can warn others about about what's going on. So, at least you're not in the dark, I guess. But yeah, dating apps and social media have done a lot of damage because, I would say another reason. Hold on one second. Yeah, so Exposing the Truth says, response to the title, I don't believe that. I believe a lot of guys are not picking the woman they qualify for. You going after women who don't want you. A woman will obey the man she likes.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
what you're saying is not.
No, this guy's
what
a
you're
total
saying is
retard.
Oh, no.
Total retard. Okay, get
Um,
the fuck off. Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off. Retard. Simp, retard.
Yeah, so like I was gonna say, I don't think what you're saying is completely and utterly not true, but you do. Here's the thing, right? First things first, you're saying, you believe a lot of guys are not picking the woman they qualify for. First things first, men don't pick women. Women pick men.
Mm-hmm.
Men don't have the privilege of choosing shit. You have to be with who chooses you. And seeing as though there's literally statistics out here saying 80% of women find 80% of men to be physically unattractive and undesirable, what are they picking? And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend as if there aren't dudes out here that'll pick hoes or try to get with women that don't want to be with them. But I don't know why you're acting as if there's a whole bunch of women that don't. What are you talking about? You're really trying to sit here and act as if, like, I don't know if this is a troll or not, but you don't sit here and pretend like women don't ask for dudes that they don't qualify for. That's all women ever do in this day and age. So you're telling me a 300-pound woman that is asking for a dude that's 6'4", in shape, and he's got to be handsome and make this amount of money. You're telling me those women are asking for what they qualify for? Like, this shit is on a whole nother level with women. And then you say a woman will obey the man that she likes. Okay, how many men is that? You're saying is that the average man? Because they don't want the average dude. So what are you talking about? Of course she's going to obey the man that she likes. But if the man that you like is this rare Pokemon type dude, who's obeying men? Ain't nobody obeying men. Most women, the average woman believes she's better than the average man. So what you're saying doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna get your ass out of the chat because now you're just being a simp. Guys who can't get women, complain about women. It's like, listen, man, just get.
No, he's retarded.
Hold on.
Out.
Go ahead.
Because that doesn't make sense. What he just said doesn't make sense. Even if you do get a girl, she
Yeah.
picks and choose what, like, say you want to have sex, she has to be in the mood. I mean, you have to be in the mood too. But if you want to have sex, it's like it's her choice in a sense. That's always like her choice.
Well,
Girls want-
I think. Sorry. Yeah, I
No,
just
sorry.
think a larger thing on it is just that. Yeah, guys who can get women complain
Right.
about women. The fact of the
Right.
matter is, and stuff with that, most men, and especially men that have actually shacked up with some of these women, married these women, and all that stuff, they're just expressing their experience. I think this is
Exactly.
the thing that you are neglecting to acknowledge here, is that what men are complaining about, and reasonably so, is their behavior. How do they act? What do
Right.
they indulge in? What are they saying? How are they, you know what I mean? Or are they acting very entitled? The one thing Animosity mentioned, I'll be honest, I actually, like, I got a quick flash on some like fortune teller type shit and stuff when he mentioned the whole thing about, you know, a woman being like, you know, 300 pounds, but she wants this like really tall, chattish type of guy. And I think I know the person he's referring to. It's that like ogre looking bitch, right? But, and frankly, it's funny because there may be some women that would be listening to this that would think, oh, that's just so fucked up that you would say that about her. But hey, put it this way, the fact of the matter is, and stuff like that, if a lot of women could even see what I potentially look like, not that it even matters all that much, but if they could though, just based off of me saying that and expressing that, and also objectively so, that woman that I mentioned and stuff who's like really obese and stuff, and she's entitled and just disillusioned as fuck, she is in fact a bitch and stuff. Why? Because of how she treats others and stuff. Me on the other hand and stuff, you guys would shit on me just because of how I appear and stuff like that. How are you? You know what I mean? It's like you guys objectively are no better. You guys have no place to essentially insult anybody about being a shitty person for calling someone a bitch or an insult. You know what I mean? It's like because you guys are so quick to do that over someone's looks. That's another reason why. That's another strong reason why men don't even date anymore. They can try their best to look as good as they'd like, but they approach you guys and you guys fucking destroy them psychologically. You completely try to rid them of their confidence. And the worst thing about it too, because I've seen it happen, you guys have this snarky smile on your face. You guys know. It's not like this unaware thing of like, oh, I don't know, like I didn't know that I brought this guy down that hard and I crushed him and I depressed him for months, potentially a whole year or something like this. You know what I mean? It's like you guys, on average anyway, tend to know that. You guys will deliberately target little things that you feel like, oh, that's an insecurity. And the reason why you guys are so good at doing that with men and stuff is because you guys do that among your own. Women do that with women as well, and so that they play that whole insult passive aggressive game, you know what I mean? But
Exactly.
yeah, if someone
And
else
I
has
would
something to say, go ahead.
I was just,
Exactly.
I was just gonna say one thing, right? Because he says, you know, guys who can't get women complain about women, and then boy, oh buddy says men who complain about women get women. Men who get women complain about women all the time. And that's definitely true. It makes no sense to say that guys who can't get women don't complain about women. Like, bro, we're getting to a point in society where not just the average dude is complaining. You do realize that there are literally multi-million-dollar award-winning actors that are getting fucked over by women, right? So Jonathan Majors doesn't exist, right? That whole situation never happened. What about Brendan Fraser, the dude who played in the live action was it George of the Jungle?
Oh
He
yeah.
got fucked over in his marriage as well. Dude was a complete Chad before, and because of his what he was going through, you know, dude gained a lot of weight. He went bald. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? You getting, just because you don't you're complaining about women, that doesn't by default mean that you can't get them. What you're saying makes no fucking sense at all. Exactly.
Oh yeah, Johnny
Don't
Depp
forget
too.
Yeah,
I
you're
was about to
right.
say-
I never heard. Yes.
Yeah, what?
Okay, like, so it makes no sense. Like, where are you getting this information from? Just because you're complaining about women, you can't get this. It has nothing to do with that. You're just another simp, man. And to be honest with you, I'm just gonna boot you off the fucking chat because I'm not trying. And you're talking about, oh, let me come on. Like, I'm not arguing with you. Like, because what you're saying don't make any sense, man. Just get the fuck out of here. I'm not.
Yeah, hey, at the end of the day, he's gonna fuck around and find out. That's the end of it. Like, I mean, like, as long as things continue to go forward, and even if reality were to continue in the fashion that it is now and stuff, where things are relatively pleasant, not really, but even if you were to end up meeting a woman and stuff like that, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, you'll find out. You'll find out at some point and stuff.
Yeah.
You may think what you think now and stuff, but once you experience it, yeah, then come back and tell us if that's really how it is. Everything that you're saying there about how this whole dynamic works between women and stuff, and you know, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
this is complete bullshit.
Yeah, before
I would just
say something, I was just gonna say, I'm just not dealing with any simps or anything like that in the chat, or anybody just saying stupid shit that you know is retarded as fuck. It makes no sense. Because you're not about to tell me that the only people who complain about women are the ones that don't get them, when you literally have Jonathan Majors, Johnny Depp, Even Brad Pitt got fucking divorced by Angelina Jolie. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about,
True.
man. You're just saying stupid
Absolutely.
shit. That's all you're doing. Any
Absolutely.
dude can complain about women. It doesn't matter if you're good looking, you got money, or you're just average. Like, bro, any dude could get the smoke. So I don't know what the hell this simp ass motherfucker is talking
Oh,
about.
actually, wait, sorry, wait. Before Femi Urge goes, actually, one thing that just came to mind, another celeb that I think is also very potent to this point, is also Will Smith. And actually, the reason why I choose
Oh,
him
boy.
is because I remember hearing actually him in an interview mention that, and I think it's because there was a scene in the first Hitch movie or something, or not first Hitch movie. I think there's only one, but the Hitch movie though, there's this whole thing about him dealing with this standard shit of like he catches his girl cheating and stuff like that, he gets heartbroken and stuff, and he has actually literally dealt with that in his life. So his whole psychology on why he became one of the biggest actors of the early 20th century is because he felt like I need to become so successful and become this great actor and stuff like that, so that the next woman I get with will never cheat on me and stuff. I'll just be the ideal guy. I'll just be him type of thing, right? And then you see how it turned out with him and Jada. You just can't win. You could try your fucking best. You can even sell your motherfucking soul. And guess what? It's still not enough. Sit with that, man. Everyone in the chat, sit with that. Seriously, you can sell your fucking soul. Put your all into whatever the fuck your craft or passion is and stuff to make as much money as you can, to be a status, an icon, all this stuff, right? Still wouldn't be enough for the woman that you end up with, especially if you're not all that great looking. And it's not even like Will Smith is even all that good looking, or all that bad looking, I mean. You know what I mean? But he still has dealt with that. His woman still has cheated on him with a younger guy, mind you. But yeah, go ahead.
I would like to add that that all three of you made some excellent points, but also I would like to emphasize the point is this is why the harems are the future. You have all these you have all these demons in feminine form, that is women, satisfying only for rich, successful Chad men. Which are basically the sheikhs of Saudi Arabia and this and that. And what will that lead to? The harems. That means that the top 1% of men will have 95 or 97% of women. So we are basically regressing back to a time of ancient Babylon, of ancient Persia, where basically entire world is turning Muslim. Especially in that kind of behavior, especially among the wealthy, where they have entire harems of women because they are not being because they are not satisfied by an average man. They're only aiming for the highest and wealthiest man. So this is basically a return back to a biblical ages where women were not considered living beings, but basically commodities and basically an items for trade. Especially most to blame for this situation are basically men who have allowed themselves to get simps, who have allowed themselves to be mind controlled, who have used a divide and conquer a strategy against their men brothers of all races, color, and creeds, in favor of women who are out to destroy them. I mean, don't fight for women. For me is especially tragic when I see men fighting over women. No, men must unite and fight against femiurgical archonic supremacy. And this is the main point.
Right. I guess another thing that I was gonna say, my other point is that, well, this point is gonna pretty much pertain to why, because they're, on the new. I saw on YouTube some time ago they were on the news, or some news channel was talking about, oh, how come men aren't taking women out on dates anymore? And a large, especially with everything that we talked about, obviously it applies, but particularly for a lot of average dudes, taking women out on dates is literally a scam unless you actually know them, like that's your wife or your girlfriend. Taking women out on dates random woman out on dates is literally a scam. I mean, in this day and age, something that's not really talked about enough is the fact that a lot of women nowadays have a designated man for everything, bro. They got the dude that they use for free food, the foodie call. They just call whenever they need food. They got the dude that that pipes them down and does not take them anywhere, doesn't spend any money on them at all. He doesn't pay for any dates, he doesn't buy them anything. He simply just gets to smash for free just because he's, tall and attractive. And a lot of dudes are just not going for that. Why would I pay for something that you gave like 3 other pretty faced fuckboys for free? Like, it doesn't make any sense. A lot of dudes are not willing to waste their money and their time taking women out on dates that they know are not even attracted to them. Like, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of money. Money doesn't fall from trees, bro. Like, and I believe they even showed it in Family Guy at one point. They showed in Family Guy, Cleveland took this woman out on a date. And then after the date, this dude literally dropped her off to the other dude, to where the other dude was parked at. She literally goes in the car after the date, and the dude blows her back out in his car for free. After this dude literally just after Cleveland literally just took the woman to an expensive restaurant and shit like that. It happens in real life. They literally, yeah, exactly. Neuropillow says that today's women are creating their own attention rotation. Yeah, a lot of them have a rotation of designated guys that they just use for specific purposes. And it's like, okay, well, and another thing, right? 9 times out of 10, if a woman is really attracted to you, you're not going to have to take them anywhere to smash. Like, really think about it for a second. Dates don't even make any sense. Like, personally, I think that dates should only be for wives and girlfriends, because it's like, if you meet somebody and you're both sexually attracted to each other, like, the feeling is mutual. Why would a date even be required? Like, you got to ask yourself that. Of course, a lot of average dudes that are just taking women out on dates and they're getting ghosted afterwards, or they're dropping like $300-$500 on a date just for the woman to text them the next morning talking about some, oh, the date was good and you're a nice guy and everything, but I don't, you're just not my type. It's not going to work out. It's like, that's funny. It's crazy how you waited until after I dropped $300 on a date to tell me that it's not going to work out. It's like, bro, stop going out on dates with men that you're not attracted to just to get free food. Like, that is why a lot of dudes are not going out on no date. They're not trying to take you to these expensive 5-star restaurants just for you to go get your back blown out by some Chad or Tyrone for free. If that's the case, this is what a lot of dudes are doing nowadays. They're saying, okay, instead of taking this $300 and wasting it on a date, I'm just going to go see an escort instead, because that makes way more sense. It's like, why don't I just take $100 out of this $300 to $400, go see an escort, and then still have money left over for a bill, a basic necessity, food? And that makes a lot more sense. A lot of average dudes out here, they're just using escorts because that's the like, unless you care about getting married or getting into a relationship, I mean, why even bother dating, really? But yeah, you go ahead and let him go.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna, like you said before, yeah, it's because it's crazy guys wasting their time going out trying to look for a girl to like get to know, or if you guys feeling each other just for go out date, nothing really go forward, and I'm fucking late for the rent because of this bitch. It just things like that. And you know what? When you see girls at a club fully almost naked, might as well just take off like the outfit you wear, because you're literally fully almost naked. They use that to get free drinks or food, because there's guys are simps when they're in the club. When they see girls booty, almost naked, almost can see their butt and titties. They go crazy, and they gonna think they're gonna get some action if they give them some drinks, buy them some food, or do this and that. No, they're using you to get them free drinks. That's why they dress like this. That's why females really go out to party. They don't go out to party just to hang out with their friends. They go out to party to get some free drinks from guys from bars, and then think they can use them to get the free drinks or food. And that could be anywhere nowadays. But especially you meet a girl that, like you said before, are sexually attracted to one another, and then you're trying to do like a calm date, but her ego start to take over and want her to go out on an expensive date. Like, I don't do that. I don't go to Applebee's. I don't go to BBQs. I don't do no those type. I want to go to a high class restaurant. I said a high class restaurant.
Exactly. I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, it's all right.
What doesn't make any sense is that these women expect you to treat them as if you've known them for the past 10 years.
Yep.
When you've literally just met them. Like, you're talking about, oh, he has to take me to this place, that place, and the third. And a lot of times it's always going to backfire. I remember I saw this video. This simp literally took a woman to a basketball game for the first date. And just because it wasn't front row seats, she literally got up and left and recorded it talking about he gonna take me to a basketball game and not get me front row seats. Bro, this is the reason why dudes ain't dating.
Yeah.
This took you to a basketball game on the first date, and because it's not front row seats, you get up and you leave? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, go ahead.
No, like you said, that's an ungrateful bitch right there. Like, yo, I spent money on this ticket. It's still you're still watching the basketball game. What's the difference? No, guess what, Monster? I know why she's pissed off. She wants to be in the front so she can talk to the basketball players and be like, yo, listen, I will suck your dick good. I'll do anything for you. I'll write the number down for you. Trust me. That's why she wants to be in the front. She's not able to be in the front to talk to the basketball guys. Because either way, the guy was going to lose either way. I best believe she wants to talk to the guys or basketball players so she can literally get into their pants and get their money. Right.
And that's why I feel funny? You want to know what's funny? A lot of these dudes that be taking these women out to these basketball games on dates and shit, a lot of these women will literally they'll be out on a date with their man, and they'll be trying to holler and hit on the basketball players. It's like, bro, right. Your man took you out to a basketball game, and you literally use that as an opportunity to hit on the basketball players. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, it just shows. But yeah, besides that, the reason why I would never take a woman out on a date that I don't intend to make my girlfriend or my wife is because I've always thought that dates are a more romantic type thing. Like, if I'm just trying to fuck, why the hell would I drop $300, hundreds of dollars on a date? Like, that don't make any sense, especially when you know that there are dudes that are hitting that for free. It's like, I could understand if it was like a more romantic thing, then okay. But I'm not going to waste my time taking you out on a date if I'm just trying to fuck. Like, if that's the case, I'll just go get an escort. I don't have to. Why would I flip a coin, spend a bunch of money, and then hope that some shit is going to happen? That doesn't make any sense. But if you're done,
it's crazy to think that. No, it's crazy to think that. What you just said, like, you're trying to like have sex, and you're dropping about $3,000 just to fuck a girl. Then what? You just basically spent $3,000 just to fuck a girl. Now what? Oh, I'm gonna spend another $3,000 just to have sex with another girl. Like you can say, you might as well go, better get in the car, honk your horn a bunch of time, and tell the prostitute, get in the car and let's just go. Because it's ridiculous.
Exactly. That makes way more sense to do that, because when you're literally taking, it's fine. First of all, it's financially irresponsible for you to just be taking a bunch of random women out on dates, flipping a coin, spending money, and hoping that something is going to happen. That doesn't make any sense. So think about it like this, right? You take this woman out on a couple of dates, right? You spend hundreds of dollars over the course of weeks, and it goes nowhere. Then you have to go meet another woman, do the same thing. It goes nowhere. You're wasting money. It's a waste of fucking money. You might as this is why I can't stand dudes talking about some, oh, you got to pay for escorts. It's like, bro, shut your bitch ass up. Dating, modern dating, and using escorts, it's literally indistinguishable from each other. The only difference is that so-called regular dating is flipping a coin and hoping for something to happen. Using escorts is a guarantee. It's a straight up guaranteed transaction, because that's what dating is nowadays. It's transactional. But a lot of dudes don't want to admit that it's transactional, bro. You got dudes out here talking about some, oh, I don't have to pay for it, and you're a loser because you had to pay for it. It's like, bro, hold on for a second. You're saying you didn't have to pay for it, but you took her out on a date, you bought her drinks, you went to here, you went to there, all of that costed money. You paid for it. What are you talking about? You got dudes out here that'll take women out on dates talking about, oh, I didn't have to pay for it. Yes, you did. It was transactional, bro.
It's basically a prostitute, but you're just buying them things. Instead of a prostitute, they just get in the car and just do all that. You have to buy them stuff.
And there's still no guarantee of anything happening. No guarantee, bro.
You're like, oh boy, can I get some cheeks? No. What the bitch? I just spent money down. That's a you problem, not me.
Exactly, and I agree with that. It's like you got dudes out here. Women will say, "Oh yeah, you're not entitled to men are not entitled to sex just because they take us out on dates." Oh, I absolutely agree. But you are not entitled to me spending money on you when I just met you and I don't even know who the fuck you are. Which is why escorts are a better option. Like, I just don't understand. Like, if you're not looking for a girlfriend or a wife, why the fuck you taking a random woman out on dates, bro? Just get an escort. There's nothing wrong with it, bro. But yeah, go ahead. Whoever.
Sade.
Yeah, Sade, go ahead.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really have much to say. I don't know if Femiurge Destroyer has something he would want to say.
That's fine.
Yes, I would like to add, thank you, Sade, for letting. But what I would say is that I have to disagree at this point, because escorts are also other men's cum dumpsters. You are spending money on basically archonic activity. You can get sexually transmitted diseases through this sexual intercourse with this ran through whores. You can get demonically possessed. Furthermore, you are spiritually downgrading yourself, and furthermore, once again, you are emptying your testicles into some demonic NPC hell portal. I mean, for me, that is not any alternative, because prostitutes are also there for the destruction of men. First, you are breaking your semen retention because of them. Second, you can get sexually transmitted diseases. Third, you can get demonically possessed from them. Fourth, I would just like to make some other statements about animosities, enlightening gods talk about men who wish to buy women's love. I mean, we have already talked about Will Smith's failure, Johnny Depp's failure, Brad Pitt's failure, but also Bill Gates is the worst. A multi-billionaire is the worst. Then I think that I think even that Jeff Bezos got divorced.
Yes.
Yes, Jeff Bezos. So if Jeff Bezos, a multi-billionaire, I think that he's among the wealthiest official multi-billionaires. Those who are secret are trillionaires and far above that. If he cannot satisfy a woman's need for money and commodities, how can you satisfy it? And by the way, you are paying for other men's cum dumpster. You are paying these whores to have sex with them, and and most of them and most men don't get sex with them. They're acting like I'm a virgin. Oh, I don't do it on first date. I don't do anal. I don't do in a mouth this and that. Well, but when they leave that man, they are getting ran through by Chads and by Tyrones, and that's it. And this is and this is another divide and conquer strategy from these females. If the man stopped basing their value and stopped expanding their spiritual and life force on them, and if they would unite and be monolithical in the values, I mean, bros before hoes, this problem would be far easier to solve. But the main problem are the white knights. These basically retarded simps, which you already have had a proof in the at the comment section. These retarded, imbecilic, insulting simps, which can't handle the truth, and yet they resort to the worst kind of insults, retarded comments, just attacking other men for women. I mean, this is what I call a cattle in human form. Disgusting, despicable behavior. Anyway, please, animosity, take over.
Okay, so yeah. Before I continue to my next point, I just want to say the thing about the escorts. So, I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, because obviously it's true to an extent. But the thing is, the reason why I present it as an alternative is because, number one, it does save money. It truly does save money for the average dude. The second reason is because it isn't realistic to expect most men to just like stop dealing with women. So the only thing that you can really do is just present an alternative.
Yes, an outlet. Yes.
Yeah, literally all you can do is just present an alternative. And I just presented the escort thing as an alternative because at the very least, you're not going to spend unnecessary amounts of money on a date and literally get nothing. And get nothing out of it. If you just use escorts, it's more of a guarantee. And it's definitely a lot better than just doing regular dating if you're just an average dude. Another thing is that there's kind of a misconception about escorts being dirty. I would say street prostitutes are the dirty ones. If you're using if we're gonna use like websites, like if you're using websites like Listcrawler or something like that to meet up with escorts, they're actually not as dirty as you think they are. A lot of them are they're always making sure that you're wearing a condom. They use wet wipes, napkins. They're actually a lot cleaner. You'd be surprised. A lot of them are actually a lot cleaner than a lot of these women out here that don't sell pussy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah, a lot of some of these women out here don't be taking showers. They'll be wiping their ass properly. They smell like shit. Some dudes too. Some dudes don't wipe their fucking ass and they smell like shit. But yeah, I would say that it's probably mostly the street prostitutes, and I don't think anybody should be using street prostitutes or escorts because number one, that's a good way to get your ass set up by the cops. Number two, those are usually the ones you're gonna get STD from. Street prostitutes do not deal with that at all. That's a big no. Do not deal with street prostitutes. But online escorts, I would say it's basically the same as using a dating app. At least, in my experience, I would say it's the same thing.
Yes. I would say, I would also like to add this, that the concept of antinatalism and MGTOW and semen retention go perfectly hand to hand together. And I will also say, don't have children in this hell realm, and you will also avoid the demons that is women.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is, this other point is something that I wanted to talk about. Another reason why dating isn't working today is because there are so many like anti-men feminist trends out nowadays that are just ridiculous. So one thing that I wanted to bring up was the whole man versus bear thing. Would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man versus a bear? And a lot of women without hesitation will just be like, "Oh, I choose the bear." And a lot of guys will go on TikTok, you know, a lot of people will go on TikTok and they'll try to rationalize and have a logical debate about why a woman would rather be in the woods with a bear than a man. But the thing is, it's not about logic. That whole man or bear thing is just another anti-men feminist trend agenda that's being pushed for feminists to show how anti-men they are. That's simply just all it is. It's not something to be logically debated. Any woman saying that she would rather be stuck in the woods with a more than 7.5 foot tall, foaming from the mouth juggernaut killing machine than a human is a fucking dumbass. You know, a lot of these women will be like, "Oh, well, you know, the bear might just you know, come by and not do anything and walk away." It's like, bro, you clearly don't know anything about bears, man. Bears are literally known to stalk people. Just because a bear sees you in its territory and it walks away, that does not mean it's not going to do anything to you later. There are literally all types of stories where a group of people will go out camping. They'll see a bear in the distance. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, hey bear, what's going on?" The bear will be like, "Oh yeah, everything's all cool," and then he walks away. And then later that night, when everybody's sleeping in their tents, that bear will literally come back, rip open the tents, and eat everybody, maul everybody to death. Bears are known to stalk people, bro. So that whole, "Oh, it might just see you and not do anything," really? Are you sure about that? Once you are in bear's territory, you are not safe. You don't know what the fuck a bear is going to do, especially when it's hungry. So I don't know. That whole man versus bear thing is just freaking, it's ridiculous to me. Like, and I understand that some women that adhere to that, it's because, you know, they've been assaulted or raped by men, and I understand that. But the core, I think the core or central point of that whole man versus bear thing is simply just for them to show how anti-men they are, which just pushes the whole gender warfare thing. But yeah, I don't know if anybody wanted to talk about that, what they think about the man versus bear thing, if you guys heard about that.
No, I heard about that dumbass topic. I don't know why that even a topic. Once again, before I even go further, yes, I get women have been sexually assaulted or been stalked by men. I do say fuck those piece of shit. They deserve to be tripped and get eaten by a bear themselves. Men like that. But at the same time, not all men are like that. But you're choosing like what Animosity said, a wild fucking animal, a killing machine that will stalk you and would just would just eat you alive. It would tear you apart limb by limb while you're screaming for mercy, while you scream for God. You could be next to a man, you'll survive. A bear, oh yeah, you'll be in pain before you even die.
Yeah, bears eat you alive, bro. They literally
Yeah,
eat you alive.
they tear you apart first, then they kill you right after. Because all the weight of a bear on top of you, while it's just mauling you apart, you're in pain while being next to a man. Yes, you might feel uncomfortable, but at least you can be sure that man won't hurt you, especially in a public place. The man won't hurt you because they never said, "Oh, it had to be a private, a public." They never said that. So in the woods, you're going to be next to a bear where a bear will fuck you up. And a man, once again, a man, you're gonna stand right next to them. You don't know it. That could be your future boyfriend or husband. You never know. But a bear, I don't get some. I once again, I don't get why this was even a topic, or or even a thought of a female thinking this way, because like there's so many options, but you chose a fucking bear as an animal that you want to stick by, a killing machine. I mean, man, I swear to God, this is no offense, but this is why I think women. You talk about why women live longer. Ugh, bitch, you choosing a wild animal to sit next to, and you think you're gonna live longer than a male. Great job with the topic and idea for it. I don't know what's going on with this generation of females. Some of them, when they say certain things, I think they don't think before saying stuff. They just say stuff and they're like, "Yeah, this is a good idea," while even rethinking about it, or even posted this on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. They don't think about it. They just say stuff, and I also feel like they say this for the likes and for the discussions. I don't even feel like I don't feel like it's real. It's just something where it's like, I know what, I want to see how female will react. Same thing with
Yeah.
male, and the female fall for it. The small-minded females, of course, will agree with this stupid topic. It's
Because it's just another feminist thing. Like they just want to
Yes.
show. Like, that's why I keep saying it's not about debating it logically. They just want to
Right.
show. It's just another gender warfare thing. They want to fuel up the division and separation, the divide and conquer, as
Right.
Femior's Destroyed said, and they basically want to create division amongst men and women. So they put out these bullshit anti-men narratives that don't even make any fucking sense, just to get everybody riled up.
Yeah, making them look stupid at the end of the process. But I feel like they don't. I feel like they don't care. I think they're just like, we're females and we're always right. That's pretty much what the topic is basically about. And it's just like the men say something, they're sexist, or they're disrespecting our feminists. I'm like, no, it's you said a dumbass question, and we're answering the dumbass question with logic into it. And that's the thing, like you said before, Animosity. This is a whole, it's like the government basically. They put us against each other for their amusement, while the feminists, they do the same thing. They're kind of like the government. They're just putting men and women against one another instead of making us become closer and start to work together and have common sense. But that's what, like I said, once again, this is what I'm saying. The feminists are like the government. They want us to go head to head with each other instead of working together. So I don't know. Destroy, you want to say anything?
Well, I would say lightning got it. Animosity now said. I mean, both of you said some very interesting and excellent things, but what I further wanted to say is this thesis. I mean, I first time hear this topic about the who would you rather be, a bear and the man, because I'm not all these social media networks active at all. Only, I mean, this is such a retarded topic and question that with those women are women are posting up that basically it's. This bear. You already said everything about the bears predatory and killing behavior. And I also here in Dalmatia also we have bears and we have and I know people in my village not so far away from the city who knew who knew that they had encounters with the bear while away from their village, and the bears are basically killing machines. With the added fact that basically here bears around the Velebit area are basically much smaller than the grizzly bear and Kodiak bear in USA. So I can't imagine what those bears are. But anyway, I would agree with Lighting God that all these rapists deserve the death punishment, but the rapists of all sexes, not just male rapists, but also female, but also female rapists as well, because many people say, oh, male rapists, they should be killed, they should be murdered, they should be tormented. But about the female rapists, they should also what? You should feel lucky, you should feel happy, you should feel in euphoria because the women raped you. What? I mean, those are the most disgusting double standards which I have ever heard. I mean, they are basically justifying a female rape while they would kill the male for the same thing. Also during the school, elementary school or high school, there were cases in USA and also all over the world where the older female teacher would sleep with their student in the elementary school and high school, and they basically got off with very light punishment or no punishment. If the male did that, and there were cases, they are receiving draconiacally worse punishment. So this is another proof of a rigged matriarchal and gynocentric system. Anyway, please, Animosity, continue. Or Shai,
what's up, Shai? You had something to say?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. One thing I was gonna mention and stuff, and it has to go along with what Lightning God mentioned and stuff, where he mentioned that when it comes down to like the feminist perspective and stuff, how it's seemingly almost like something that the government would do. And also furthermore, actually, I just remembered this now. I think a parallel that's kind of funny, because I always have picked up on patterns in this reality. I've become very familiar with doing that and stuff, just through analyzing and thinking about things. And one thing I do find is ironic is that oh yeah, women, as you guys mentioned and stuff, like, you know, would you rather, you know, be with a man or a bear or something like this? The fact that that question is even formatted like that, where it's like they chose one of the most horrific predators in this reality and stuff like that. Sure, there's some elements to them that are cool, if you will, and stuff, but in terms of what they do to humans, if you truly comprehend like how they eat and stuff, as you guys mentioned and stuff, they essentially don't have a mechanism in which they can just, you know, effectively you know, get rid of you, if you will, and stuff, just, you know, to not use that word, but yeah, they don't have an effective way of Xing you out and stuff. They have to essentially just chew you to death, you know, and that's a horrific fate. And I think the thing that I find is ironic is just the concept that, of course, it would be something of that level of violence and stuff. It's like, oh, it's either a man or one of the most horrific predators in this reality, you know, which I think is another thing that reflects the whole human nature, or not human, but female nature of being attracted or drawn towards violence, oddly. But the other thing I was going to mention is oh yeah, when it comes down to the whole feminist thing and stuff, yeah, when Lightning God said that it almost seems like it's like something the government is doing and stuff, to you know, just be real and stuff. No, it literally is the government doing that. That is them. The feminist movement, that is them. The LGBTQ whatever movement, that is the government. But mainly those that truly rule this realm, that is mainly their groups and stuff, because they have that whole Hegelian dialectic, I'm pretty sure, where it's like they'll create an issue and stuff, and then they'll create the solution for it and stuff. So they'll create the opposition and you know, the other, like they'll create the two forces and stuff, the two contrasting forces and stuff that are gonna fight and bicker with each other. They create these things. So yeah. That's something that is another clear pattern within this reality, and especially, you know, within the government. But yeah, that the feminist movement and stuff is a very intentional attack on the psychology of or on the psychology of females, most certainly, and stuff. That's the whole point of why it was even pushed as heavily as it has been. And furthermore, it's also just a way for the government to also make more money, because now you have both sexes out there having to work, you know? So,
Yes.
but yeah, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna just two last points I had to make. So I was watching another YouTuber at some point, and it's not even Jad. It was also Abba and Preach. Some people are familiar with them, but there was this video that they were reacting to where essentially, a lot of women were complaining about the fact that men are not going to these single events, singles events, which is basically like an event where you could go meet up with women or whatnot, or women and men can go and meet up with each other. And you had these women complaining that a lot of men are not going to singles events anymore. And the reason for that is pretty simple. It connects back to one of the first points that I made, which is basically the fact that the average woman believes that she's better than the average man. So, and for a lot of these singles events, you have to pay to go there. So it's like, okay, why pay to go to a singles event? So you're essentially paying to go get rejected. Because let's be serious for a second. You go to these events, it's going to be like a pop the balloon show. Vast majority of women are not going to be attracted to the vast majority of men that go to these events. So this is essentially a waste of time for men. So a lot of dudes, they're not going to those singles events. They're not going to a lot of these these occurrences, because it's essentially just a waste of time. You're just going to face rejection anyways. So yeah, all that singles event stuff is just dead. Don't bother crying about how a lot of dudes, why they're not going to the singles events. And you want to know something else? It's so ironic, because a lot of these women, they know that once it comes to these singles events, they're not looking for the average dude to go to these. They're looking for these they're hoping that these top percentage dudes will show up to these singles events. And it's like, bro, the ironic thing is that these top percentage dudes are not going to show up to these singles events because top percentage dudes don't have to pursue women. Women pursue them. So why would they go to an event that is basically for men that struggle getting women? And then the men that struggle getting women are essentially waking up to the bullshit of why they're struggling, and they're just not going to go to these events. So that these events are going to be empty as fuck. But my last point for the stream before we end it is that a lot of men and women, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, they tend to think, whether it's red pill or it's, any types of woman spaces or feminist spaces, a lot of men and women tend to think that there is a victor in this gender warfare that is occurring right now. There is no victor. Nobody comes out triumphant in this gender warfare. This is all a part of the elite's plan to divide and conquer. Everybody, okay, anybody with common sense knows, one of the first steps to dominating a nation is by essentially weakening the men of that nation. Because once you weaken the men of that nation, you can essentially just go up into that nation and do whatever the hell you want. A lot of women will be like, oh, well, we'll defend it. And no, you're not going to do anything, because this has happened many, many times in history. They'll weaken a nation, literally kill off all the men, and then they'll go into the nation and literally grape all the women. That's what happens. And that's what the elites are doing right now. They know that if they basically demoralize men and they weaken masculinity, because notice how a lot of weakness within men is being embraced like it's a good thing or something. Like they're trying to decrease masculinity and weaken men, so that way our nation will be way easier to dominate when the elites are ready to do their whole takeover thing. And we're already seeing the effects of this, because I remember I saw this one thing where a woman was getting robbed on the streets by some thug, and a guy on the grass literally just sat down and watched the whole thing happen. And you know, a lot of women in the comment section were being like, "Oh, he deserves to be in jail, and he's not a real man." It's like, bro, this is the problem. A lot of you people have no forethought. You can't expect to you can't expect to create a society that's literally all about gender warfare and saying, "Oh, men ain't shit, men ain't this, men ain't that," and think that there isn't going to be any consequences to it. So it's like when you're getting ransacked on the streets by some random dude, a lot of guys are not going to help you. They're not going to put their lives down on the line for women that literally spend all their time shitting on them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There are consequences to this gender warfare. Nobody wins this. So it's like you can talk all this shit about men, all you want, all this feminism, but the fact of the matter is, you know, there's consequences. So if you're getting robbed on the street, some shit is happening to you. A lot of guys are gonna walk past you. They're not gonna do anything for you. You know, chivalry, all that chivalry shit, all that stuff is dead. There's consequences to this. But you know, I just try not to really feed into the gender warfare because I already know the end goal of it is to just to divide and conquer. They want us all. It's a gender warfare basically falls under the same category of politics. They want everybody to fight against each other, so that way they don't realize who the true enemy is, which is the elite, the Zionists, Israel. You know, you already know, but that's just my last thing I had to say. Yeah, I guess Shideo, and then Femi or Lightning, or whoever wants to say their last words.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Lightning. Go ahead.
All I was going to say is females need to stop expecting things. They need to put their high standard all the way back the fuck down, because they're not like that. They're just like men. They're normal. They're average, and that's it. You can't expect the goddamn world, because you're not meant to have the goddamn world. I don't care what your mama told you or what your daddy told you. You're not. You can take your gold digger self to the pimp shop, but to regular men, no. Regular men, we don't like that shit. We like a classic woman that's not a bitch. But like I said, my last words: don't be a simp. Stop falling for nonsense like this. AKA, you know who you are. And yeah, females, once again, put your standards back down, because you're not like that. But Chardonnay. So there you go.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like the main thing I'll end on, and I feel like it's you know, the main thing that, you know, many people should keep in mind and stuff, because it's the main thing that explains why all this is happening. But I'm sure Femirich Destroyer and stuff, he can probably help me out with where exactly this quote comes from. I'm familiar with the quote, I just can't always remember who said the quote, but it goes something along the lines of the way to destroy and effectively immobilize a nation and stuff like that is to destroy its moral fabric. And that's exactly what has happened in the West. And that's exactly what is, you know, most certainly happening in Europe, unfortunately, as well, and stuff. Destroy the moral fabric of you know, what their morals are and what their culture is all about and stuff. You destroy these things and stuff, you destroy a nation, and that is effectively what has been done even to the U.S. and stuff. You create all this separation, you add all this essentially social poison to a nation that maybe didn't have all these social stresses or issues like this and stuff. Yeah, you create a big issue, and unfortunately, as we're seeing now, especially specifically for what this stream was about and stuff, why men aren't dating and stuff like that. That is one of the consequences of that, you know, moral and cultural poisoning of the well of Western society, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know, I think that's about all I had to say. I'll let Femirage Destroyer finish off.
Thank you very much, Shai Dale. Anyway, I want to say that the feminism, liberalism, LGBT movement, and basically democracy in general has destroyed all civilizations and societies. Cattle in human form are not capable of creating any sort of power. Only the unfortunately, only a small group, a small group of intelligent, knowledgeable, and experienced and spiritually enlightened individual are capable of creating any form of successful society. However, even if they do create that society, both the men who created, that is the rulers, and that entire society will be archonic and femiurgic. I wanted to say that Animosity said correctly. Absolutely, Israelites, Chosenites, but also the Vatican are ruling the entire situation. They are the top, and everyone else are just the slaves. And those Chosenites and Vatican are servant to the reptilians, real and Draco reptilians, and they are serving the archons, the Femiurge, and so on and so forth. However, women are also the enemy, because those elites are just exploiting and exposing the already ingrained the predatory female nature, which is already in them. And basically, I would also say that many people are saying that only the Zionists are the problem, or only those Chosenites are the Talmudists, or the Kabbalists, or the Zoharists, or the Frankists, or the followers of Sabbatai Zivi, or Chabad Lubavitchers are the problem. No, all of them are the problem, because I'm returning back to the Bible, which is the original New World Order document. Torah is the book of slavery, is the book of genocide, is the book of rape, and is the book of pillage and world conquest and New World Order. And by the way, Animosity, you have seen the article about this, about that chief Sephardic rabbi, how he treats black people, and that he considers them basically as monkeys. So basically, those are the elites who are ruling the world. They are considering entire world and all those who are not out of their tribe as monkeys, as slaves, as cattle, and as the cannon fodder. And these elites have to be dealt with, and they are the problems. And they are the chief enemy, but also the women who are there, whom they are utilizing to destroy men, and also the reptilians, the archons, who are their overlords, and so on and so forth.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'm going to be streaming again next week. That stream is basically going to be discussing, because I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the fact that I think it was some time ago where Bill Gates was talking about dimming the sun. And I wanted to talk about how that connects to the gods and monsters conspiracy. But yeah, I think that's going to be a fun topic. But yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.